Tesla app is getting a new feature, but will it really help? I have to say, when I for the first time saw the alpha prototype of Model S, and the sales guy told me that it will come with an app where I can preheat or pre-cool my car, I thought it was the best thing ever. That was one of the reasons I really wanted the car back in 2012. Just preheating and pre-cooling and being able to control the car with the app. I was like, oh my God, this is great. I have to say, since the release in 2012 or 2013, I think, when they actually released the app, it hasn't made a big progress. Recently, it got updated. Not on my phone yet. I don't even have a version 9 on my car yet, and it's been a while, so I'm getting a little annoyed. Updated with a couple of interesting new features. One of them, which I think is really useful. Well, you can now kind of push the updates to your car via your app, and I know it's important for some people, but for me, it was the fact that I can actually copy and paste an address or a destination into my Tesla app, which is really easy. Or sometimes there will be even like a little add-ons that you can have for other apps, and it will just basically send it to your car. That way you don't have to retype it there every time. But there is a new one coming out per Elon's tweets. I'll tell you what it is, and I'll tell you whether or not I think it's actually going to happen. All of this is coming up next. Taking over the world, electrifying the world, E4 Electric! Welcome to E4 Electric, your number one source for unbiased electric car news. If this is your first time here, welcome. Please join us by clicking the subscribe button down there in a bright red holiday color, and it's free. I don't know if you knew that. It's free. Anyway, so let's talk about the Tesla app. So the Elon tweeted out as I think a reply. No, this was his original one, actually. It says that basically they're going to be adding functionality to the Tesla phone app, allowing owners to request service for top issues with one or two taps. Great. I love the idea. And one of the reasons I'm thinking about switching from Tesla to Audi is the service. It's not the car, it's the service that I've been receiving. And so any improvement in service would be great, and the fact that you can order it from the app, that's pretty cool. Now, there was another tweet that he sent out, and it basically said, also in the ideal situation, the breakdown accident, I'm assuming no injuries, is that Tesla arrives at the scene fast with top-of-the-line service loaner. Well, first of all, if anybody had been at the service center, most of you guys at least know that they don't really have top-of-the-line service loaners. I know they promised like the entire service loaner fleet was going to be like P100D. That's not really happening. As a matter of fact, the last few times I needed service, they actually told me that I may not even get a Tesla. It would be like a gas car from Enterprise. So they're pretty far away. I mean, yes, ideal, Elon would that would be, but is it going to be happening? Not really. But the first one I'm actually kind of excited about, and I like the fact, but I think they might have some issues with it. Yes, it will cut down on the time of getting somebody on the phone and scheduling the appointment and stuff like that. But customers making their own appointments could be trouble. I'll tell you why, and I'll tell you there's another promise all of a sudden in the middle of this. I don't think anybody caught this, but Elon just promised something huge to all of us. And I'm not really sure if he thinks this through or he just kind of throws it out there. So anyway, let me tell you about those two things in just 1 second. Of course, I just want to remind you guys that this show and this channel is sponsored by Evanex, the aftermarket accessories for Tesla. They usually deliver on everything that they promise. So go ahead and grab a discount code in the description of this video, so that way you can get your holiday shopping and savings going pretty much right now ahead of the Thanksgiving. All right, so here's the thing about that. Now, many of you might not know this, but I used to, and I know you're probably going to be like, what the hell? But yes, I used to own a hair salon. I'm into fashion. I think, if you guys might have noticed. So, I had a hair salon. I'm not a hairstylist myself, but that was a cool business that I used to have. This is me, a little chubbier, I think, but nevertheless, in my hair salon. It was the top-rated hair salon on Yelp in San Jose, which is a big deal. We were also the official hair salon of San Jose State cheerleaders. So we were kicking butt. It was good times. But one thing I've learned by running a hair salon, I knew that we could never have our own clients make their own appointments, because I'm sure you might have experienced this. Your hair salon says, "Oh, go ahead and schedule your own." The problem is customers don't really know how to schedule their own appointments. I don't mean they don't know how to push. Well, they sometimes they don't, but they don't know how much time and what kind of a level of expertise they need from, the service provider. So people would say, "Oh, I want a haircut." Let's say a woman calls, right? And we're like, okay, well, female haircut takes about 45 minutes. And then she would show up and she would have like super thick hair that would be like tangled up and it would be like all the way to her butt, right? And it's like, oh, that's an hour and a half. So holy crap, we now have to run 40 minutes late, right? At least for that chair. Same thing here. If you're going to allow people to kind of self-diagnose their problem and schedule the appointment, I think you will end up having a bigger disarray where people will be scheduling shorter amount of times for their appointments or longer, which actually will waste your time even more probably. So I don't know if it's going to work. Maybe initiating a phone call would be nice because I do like when apps initially, like for example, I have my T-Mobile app. Whenever I have a problem with my service, I can just go there and schedule a phone call. As a matter of fact, so I don't even have to get on the phone and like be on hold. I'm like, just call me when you guys have an available representative. So something like that I can see. But having customers schedule appointments, yeah, I don't know about that. All right, but another thing that he mentioned is this. Somebody said, "Hey, tell me the bus is also a Tesla model. Great work, Elon Musk." And he said, "No, but perhaps in a few years." Did anybody notice this? I don't see this anywhere on the news, in my news feed today. Did Elon just promise that the next model after, I guess, what, Model Y? No, after the pickup truck is going to be a bus? I mean, right? Now, again, I don't know if he just entertains himself, so just throws stuff out there and then just decides that, oh, well, we should do that. Let's do it. Let's hire people. Let's go, 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 go. Right? Which is cool. But or he really thinks stuff through and then searches for stuff from in his Twitter feed to reply like he just thought of it. Anyway, either way, I don't know if this is someone's gonna like actually start holding him to it, but that would be kind of cool. I mean, if they're gonna have the technology and that was gonna be proven, as far as the semi truck technology, right, for batteries and mega chargers is concerned, hey, why not make a bus on top of the same technology? I'll be all for it. So anyway, I thought a lot of people missed this, but I thought it's kind of fun thing that he mentioned. I can't wait for all these people now rendering the Tesla bus drawings and stuff like that. We can have some fun with it, right? By the way, let me give a quick shout out to one of my new Patreons, James Piver. Thank you so much for joining me in my Patreon community. Obviously, thank you for supporting me as a full-time independent YouTuber. And of course, you guys get some perks. The top tier Patreons get to watch me live. Also, I do a little segment called The Extra Mile. That's where I share some of the information just with my Patreons about anything from personal stuff to what's happening here in Sacramento to what my plans are for the show and stuff like that. Some of the behind the scenes information and many other things, including, of course, better access. So thank you to James Piver for joining me. If you want to join him, in my Patreon community, go to patreon.com/E4Electric. As a matter of fact, you can find me on any social media under E4Electric, including TikTok. I started making cool TikTok videos. If you don't know what that app is, ask your kids, okay? And of course, I repost them here on Instagram. So join me on Instagram as well for some fun videos at E4Electric. All right, guys, thanks so much for watching. Let me know in the comment section what you think about all of this. Other than that, see you next time, and remember to stay charged.